Hi guys, my name is Anya and I write a blog, www.aniab.net. I just want to give a big shout out to all the Unix readers and members of the blog. Thank you so much for all of your support, and thank you for noticing me, and thank you for following me, and I love you, and I really want to be part of your community, and I'm very excited that there is a community that I can share all of my experiences with. So great to meet you. I started my blog about a year ago, and I just kind of started writing about my inspirations from day to day, and I joined an art class, so I posted a lot of my artwork and stuff on it, and not until October of 2010 did I contact Lulu magazine, actually, which is, I guess, is under Rogers as well, just like Flair. And they said that if I wanted to be featured in a magazine, I'd have to go more towards the route of fashion blogging. So I thought, not a big deal, I can do it. I'm a model, I can take photos of my outfits. So that's what I did, and in October I started blogging about fashion. When I was in junior high in the summer between grade 8 and 9, a friend of mine and I were just kind of rollerblading around the city, and she was also a taller girl, skinny. She was Russian and I was Polish, and we were just kind of talking, and she had an idea that we should start modeling. And I didn't really know anything about it because I'm 13 years old, and what do I really know? So she said that she had an agency that she knew, and I kind of ran by the idea by my brother, who knew a lot more people in Calgary than I did. And one of the people that he knew was Kelly Strait, who runs models here in Calgary, as well as an international office. And through my brother's connections, I kind of met Kelly, and Kelly said, you should go and enter a model search during the Calgary Stampede. So that's what I did, and had my first photo shoot after that, and kind of got into it. Everybody makes their own experiences, and which path you take is up to you. I've had nothing but great experiences, and I am really grateful for every moment of it, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I think it's really important for me as a woman to have gone through all of the experiences that I have. I don't think that I would be the same person that I am today if it wasn't for modeling. I started off very shy, and became more outgoing as time went on. And truly, really, because of modeling, because I had to learn that that's the only way to talk to people. That's the only way that you can really, put yourself out there, make yourself more noticeable, stand out from, beyond the crowd of models that are out there. So yeah, I actually would love for my blog to take off as more of a career than anything. Accounting's okay. It's a good way to make money and to focus on things that I like. And I work for my brother, so he really understands that it's important for me to continue doing the things that I do love to do. I went to school for accounting mainly because it was a family business type thing and deal, also because I don't think that I could work at an accounting firm outside of my family. It would be really hard. It would not be nearly as flexible, and definitely not possible for me to go to New York in the middle of February when it's T4, T5 time. But yeah, I mean, I kind of hope, looking at other bloggers and how the blogging world kind of grew out of nowhere, I'm really hoping to take my blog beyond just a hobby and beyond a creative outlet. So hopefully, we'll see what happens. It kind of showed me really that the blogging world, or the blogging industry, I guess, just like any other industry, is based a lot around who you know, the connections that you make, and as much as it doesn't really matter because you're on the internet and you should, location should matter, it really seems like it does. especially a lot of the bloggers at the conference were US based. A lot of the bloggers that are doing well are either European from, a fashion capital or somewhere in the US. They talked a lot about working with brands and reaching out to brands and monetizing on your blog. But a lot of the things that they were saying were very dependent on whether or not you knew people in the industry. Like, for example, there was one panel of bloggers, and one of them was a woman that runs a digital media agency, and basically all of the bloggers in the panel were her clients. Mm-hmm. So, it's really hard to compete with that. It's really hard to kind of join this club of people that are already so in tune with each other, and you're kind of on the out, looking in. I love writing, and I love taking photos, and I have opinions, and I feel like I can share those opinions with others. I love how blogging has become an avenue for people to kind of connect on a level that they don't necessarily can connect with other people in their community. Like in Calgary here, I don't have that many friends that understand kind of what I'm doing. But there's a whole world of people that kind of see things on the same level as I do. So I think it's great. People try. There is a group of people that are very creative, and they have a lot to say. A lot of people leave Calgary. A lot of people go to Montreal, Toronto, or Vancouver. And then from there, they go to the States, a lot of them. As I'm sure that you must know too, a lot of people use Toronto as kind of a bridge between the two worlds. But yeah, it's really hard. It's hard to be creative in Calgary, where they support everything before fashion. Like magazines in Calgary, they're not really fashion oriented at all. We had one magazine that was running fashion stories for a while, and then it just kind of stopped, and now it's profiling more people in the oil industry or people that, are connected somehow. Even trying to put myself out there, not even waiting for them to come to me, but trying to put myself out there with my blog or with modeling, with doing creatives. It's very difficult. They always have the same response, and they always say that they don't really know how we would fit you in. And I always complain, and I always say, how do you mean you can't fit me in? I'm from Calgary, and I'm doing something, and I feel like I have a voice, and you're not listening. So what's up with that? But I guess you can't really fight it, so you just gotta roll with it. I think it helps a lot. People in the fashion world love Eastern European girls. And I'm Canadian, so that's great because I can model in Canada, where you don't necessarily see girls from Eastern Europe coming to Canada. But there's still a great market here to work. So I think that gives me an advantage. And I love being part of a community that is the Polish community. It gives me, something to connect to, something to be nostalgic about when I talk to my parents or my friends. People that are Canadian don't always understand what it's like to have that kind of connection or like that kind of close background, because I'm still kind of fresh off the boat. At first, first generation, I guess, Polish still. So, I miss it incredibly much, and I always have a soft spot for Polish people when I see them anywhere around the world, whether it be Canada or anywhere on my travels. So, yeah, and I think that Polish people connect somehow. They find each other, and it's always nice to see a familiar face, even if it's a stranger.